Hi there. Thanks for the patience. Thanks for being with me today. Yesterday was a very successful day. Weather was good. And most of all, Germany won 4-0 against Portugal. So we celebrated a lot yesterday. And last but not least, I hit Legend yesterday. So all in all, very successful. But now it's time again for some arena. And I won't reveal that I'm at Legend rank. So some of my opponents might underestimate me. Somewhat strategy. Okay, let's see what quests we got. Paladin, Priest, Rogue, Warrior. Paladin, Priest, Rogue, Warrior, Paladin, Priest.
The light shall bring victory.
Here, so it's the Priest.
The light shall bring
today.
victory. The light shall bring victory.
Let's check what we get. Yeah, okay. I would really like to make an Ancient Watcher work in Arena someday, but I think if this is the case, it should be the last card of the draft. Although the first draft, or the first pick, would give me enough time to stack up cards like Defender of Argus, Sunfury Protector, Spellbreaker, or something. But well, I would have to take an Owl and a Spellbreaker and so on. So the choice is very clear. Defender of Argus here. Silverhand Knight or Bloodsail Raider. I usually end up with less two drops than I want to. But Silverhand Knight might do well here. I go with the Raider. I don't want to be forced to take a lot of minor 2 drops at the end of the draft. Forward shield is nice. Flesh Eating is fine. House Golem, very nice. So I'll take this Silverhand Knight. Fair Dragon, full Shadow Red Pain over those two. Dark Scale Healer over the minor cards. Ooh. Knife Juggler or Holy Fire. I think Holy Fire is a better card here. Fair Dragon or Mind Vision. Fair Dragon is okay. Shattered Sun, of course. Thought Steal over those two. Although the Owl might be nice with a Watcher beforehand. Yeah, Smite, of course. War Golem. Temple Enforcer. Getting some late game cards. Something. How many 2s do I have? 1, 2, oh, basically just 3. But Lightspawn and I'm low on force too, so that's okay. So now is the time of the Brewmaster. The Slapper Gnome is very stubborn, but I'll take the shield. Ocean versus Twilight Drake. I've seen Twilight Drake go wild in Priest Arena. If you get it early and have a lot of cards. If you get it in the late game though, I don't have a lot of card draw. It's a very minor card for 4 mana. I think the Ocean Priest is the more solid way to go. Organ Infiltrator over another Dark Scale. If I had Northshire Cleric yet, I would definitely pick the Dark Scale Healer. Question is, well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I go with a Infiltrator here. It's a nice card, nevertheless. Another Silverhand Knight or a Frost Elemental? I go with the Frost Elemental. Another Darkscale Healer. Or Stonewind Knight. Or go Bashi Berserker for the health pool. Go. Loot Hoarder is nice. Dark Iron Growth also. Inventor. Finally some good cards. Ogre or another Fairy Dragon. I think 3 might be too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I have to pick the Ogre. Or maybe a Crusader. That's a very strong pack here. 1, 2, 3. Ogre is mighty. These are not. I think I'll go with the Rifleman. Fits the curve. Another Power Word Shield, okay. Wow. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Late game is okay. A lot of low drops could be nice with the Adventurer. It must have fun though. Let's take it this way. So as usually I'll get a deck list on and do a little review on the deck. So I have one Holy Smite, that's okay to begin with. Power Word Shield 3, that's very nice, very powerful card. Organ Infiltrator, yes, okay. Shadow Pain also good. Bloodsail Raiders, okay. For 2-drop, 2 Fairy Dragons also. Although I can buff them with the Power Word Shield that I got. Loot Hoarder is okay. Youthful Brewmaster, don't know if I will bounce something back, but it's a 2-drop nevertheless. Thoughtsteal, a little bit of a wild card. Would have been nice with Twilight Drake, but Soul Priest is too good not to take, I guess, this matchup. Ironford Rifle is very minor. Shadowed Sun Cleric can be good, especially if not played on an empty board at turn 3. Defender of Argus, of course. Gnomish Inventors, nice. Light Spawn. I don't see many. Silverhand. I don't see many threats here. Holy Fire. Although the deck is very flexible, I guess. But Ogre and Temple Enforcer are maybe, yeah, the War Golem of course, are the only threats in this deck that might. Yeah, and the Soul Priest in a way. So here's the deck list. Let me add it to the stream. No, that is not. There it is. Okay. I think that should be okay. I think I might. I might ended up with a little bit too many spells, and I miss very good priest cards like Mind Control for the late game and Holy Nova to regain board control, and of course Northshire Cleric with that can go wild if you are able to draw some cards out of it.
Versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
The light shall bring victory.
Huh. If I had a turn 2 play, Shattered Sun Cleric would be very nice. Yeah. I'll draw into one. Hopefully, I'll draw into one. Doesn't seem like it. But maybe I have to play Smite a turn. We'll see. Oh, Fair Dragon is nice. Can't play Smite on that. But I brought my own.
It's time for a little blood.
Maybe I should have kept the light spawn. I would have liked to play the ghoul, but it gets killed by the berserker and the ping, and it enrages the berserker. Although I could play... I think Thought Steal put me too much behind. If he plays something like a Yeti next turn, it will be very heavy to keep up. Especially because I also miss Shadow Word Death in the stack. Not for the Yeti, but especially for late game creatures.
Quickly.
I go with this, and if the Berserker enrages, I have a Holy Smite. And if he pings it, I slow him down at least.
You know, take candle.
Arcane Missiles? Huh, no. Loot Hoarder gets killed by the Mage ability. Too bad.
I must consider.
I think I'll go this way.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Too bad. I would really like to draw into a Power Shield.
Mind if I roll knee?
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
May my ancestors watch over me.
I wondered if I want to play the Ogre, because I'm very tempted to pound back the Shattered Sun.
I must consider.
B2 would be 5. Couldn't heal this then. Okay, let's see
Hey,
what we
give
get
me
here.
that!
Ah, power word shield. That's nice. But I have to heal, then
I'm
shield
sorry.
up, then it has 1 health, so that's no good deal here. No, I think
Choose quickly.
Forward.
all other plays would have set me too much back in tempo, and since I like a lot of good priests cards, I don't want to be set that much behind. Huh. Might be a great card to Holy Fire. And that he freezed it is a good sign, I guess. That he doesn't have an immediate answer like a polymorph
I wonder.
or a fireball. Maybe he wants to flame strike, hopes that I put something on the board and then hit it or something. While it overheals a bit. I could also thought steal and then, well, I think that's worth. If he had an Ice Lance or something, I guess he would have played it. No immediate answers. That's good. But he top decked 1, it seems like. Okay. I think that's good for me.
Smash.
Locked and loaded.
I have to heal it, because if I don't, then I would very suffer from Flame Strike and hero ability then. Interesting. That's why I didn't want to play the Lightsborn either. Ah, okay.
Fire!
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir. My shield for Argus!
A lot of possible plays here.
Must consider.
I'm very tempted to clear this board,
I must consider.
especially because I'm
Whoops.
ahead on cards.
Well played.
Yeah, I think I'll clear this board. At least one minion will survive Flame Strike then. If he has it. So I have 7, 9, puts him to 19. Okay.
I wonder.
That he hit the light spawn is actually pretty good, because I can't heal it because of the Soul Priest, and
What to do?
I don't think that he anticipated that, but if I play the Temple Enforcer, it gets a 7/7, which gets killed by the War Golem, which isn't something that I want, at least for now. I think I'll play, yeah,
I wonder.
I'll just play it this way. 6, 9. Yeah, of course. Pretty good answer there.
Your magic shall not save you.
Oh. Why did he do that? Okay, that was clearly a misplay. He unfroze my Temple Enforcer, and he also could have unfroze? Well, he could remove the freeze from the War Golem and then attack something,
I wonder.
at least. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Soul Priest is a little bit backfiring here, I guess. Next turn I'm facing 11. If those are 2 firebolts, it's 23. I think that's okay somehow. Yeah, I'll put pressure on the board now.
Ready, sir.
You are not prepared.
I'm not prepared. That's bad. I like to be prepared. Seven, 9, 11. Okay.
Feel my pain.
If you insist.
I'm glad that he was so low on health already. Okay, the war golem was dead. In this way. But the Illidan, yeah, I could have cleared this too. Okay.
Anduin versus
Is it the
Jaina.
same? No.
You asked for it.
The light shall bring victory.
Is Power Word Shield a card that I want to hold here? I have 3 of them in the deck. I think I have to go for a 2-drop. Or at least a 3-drop. Huh. Okay. Ah. There it is again. Wow. Mana Worm is really good here. War Golem? Huh. Too bad. This game might already been lost. Mana Worm is good with the 3 health. Wow. Another 3 health minion. And I have nothing to play on turn 3. Ah, the Imp Master. Don't have much of a choice. So.
You shall not pass.
Very aggressive. Interesting choice to clear up the 1 damage. Okay. Yeah, I have to develop the board here. Huh, maybe I should have drawn a card first. I wonder if I should keep the Holy Smite as some prize for the next turn. Yeah, I think so.
Let the dark in.
May lead him to... might lead to a misplay from his side. Cause... he don't see his Blade Master in danger for now. So maybe I can clear something
I
off.
hope you like my invention.
Maybe he pings the Imp Master again or something. That's why he chose to hit the Imp Master instead.
Pass me that Arclight spanner.
That's the much better option for now. Interesting. I don't have that much 6+ drops, but I drew into all of them. And now you can see why I would really like to have a Holy Nova. It's missing now. This is very delaying.
Taste the mana.
So no of these drops are helpful for now. Let's see if we can find something. That isn't better. 1, 4, 8, 9. Wow. I'm at 7 next turn. That's quite unfortunate.
I must consider.
Hey, give me a minute.
This deck clearly misses some AoE. If he plays Flame Strike, I'm literally dead.
My eyes are open.
Nice play. And I can't do much because of the Emperor Cobra. I just will get 1 trade out of the elemental. And I can... yeah. It's up to me if I want to kill the 3/3 or the 2/1, which deals 4, or which is basically a 4/1. I think I want to heal up and then just flood the board as much as possible. These are all very weak minions, so I don't need a big guy like a wall golem here. Helps nothing. So 6 mana, yeah, I think I'll play this side of my hand.
Bring me steel. Yours.
My only chance to recover. And this situation is based on the weak early game with no 2 drops. That he could develop such a strong board. Wow. This is so delaying. Oh. Efficient trades. Over and over. Okay. For 8, 2. If he has a maybe he holds something like a pyroblast. Oh, let's assume that's a fireball. Means 6, 9, 10,
Must
12.
consider.
Okay, at least I guess I'm not dead this next turn, so... yeah, I don't have much of a choice here. Just can... well, I could play Power Word Shield. Yeah, of course. Should have done this before. Okay.
First kill.
Maybe I can do some trades next turn and then just play Dark Scale Healer. Huh. Seems like I can. So well, that's obvious for now. He'll play the Cobra eventually, so... he'll use it, so it's not that much of a deal. Although I could do 10 damage or so this turn. 11. But, well, I have to recover from this. Fuck, if he holds a Pyroblast, I'm literally dead. Unless... well, I have to heal up then. If this is a Pyroblast, he hit me last turn, brought me to 10, maybe because of this. So yeah, I have to eliminate all the damage I could possibly get here. Well, if this is a Pyroblast, I'm... Oh no, it costs 10 mana. Would leave me with 1. This Cobra holds much value now. Huh. This could still be a Pyroblast.
Wanna blow something up?
Cobra! Yes! Wow.
My apologies.
But he should have played it beforehand, so it's his fault. Or he should have attacked at least. Wow, how much damage do I have now? 9, 13, 16, 18, 23, 25. Wow. Actually, wow. That's a lot.
I must consider.
Oh, another Dark Scale Healer from the Oracle. That's nice. So I just can play...
First kill.
I can play it like this. Of course. The trade here is okay for me. There's nothing better.
You win.
I'm pretty sure this was a Pyroblast. And if I'm right, then I think that he was very upset that he was one short of damage. Because he brought me to 10 already, then at 14 he hits 3 damage on the board, 10 for the pyro would be 13. Maybe this was just... don't know. Maybe it was a buff card or the Game Hunter or something.
The light shall bring victory. The light shall burn you.
I think that's a good hand to keep. I wonder if this is a German. That's the
Greetings.
German word for respect.
Greetings.
I want to... no. I would really like to have another turn 2 play, but... okay. Powerwood Shield is nice to fill in with the coin. Can play the Brewmaster and the Impmaster, and if I want to trade something, then... oh, no turn 2 play. That's too bad. I know this. So if he plays, I don't know, something like an Earthen Ring, Farseer or something, I can trade this. Use the coin for a Powerwood Shield and then use an Impmaster. If not, I can just use an... ah, well, okay. Maybe I want to play a Lightspawn now. This turn light spawn, next turn Master? No, not worth it. If I use the coin for it and he holds a power word, shadow word death, then he gets a 2-4 run, kind of. If you want to count the coin as 1. Oh, another word. Another shadow word pain. Didn't have a 2-drop before, so yeah, I don't expect him to have another one yet. So then it's time for the light spawn now. Very straightforward till here. If he plays Shadow Word Death and didn't draw into a 2-drop, he will be left with 2 mana again. Oh, a Light Well. Oh, oh. But my 4-drop isn't that good now. Well, let's look what we can get here. Ah, finally a Holy Nova. Good to know that he runs it. Maybe he has something like Inner Fire. Then this would be a 5/5 next turn. Huh. Yeah, I think I want to get rid of this. Next turn, maybe War Golem. Maybe Shattered Sun Thralma.
Ready to ride.
Power Shield? Huh. Soul Priest would be nice now. If he doesn't heal it. Okay. Wonder if this is a board that I already want to Holy Nova. Regarding that I'm far ahead in terms of cards. Well, if I had a 2-drop, I think I would do this. But this way I'm not able to get some kind of board position here.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
And maybe I can get more value out of the Holy Nova. By getting value out of the healing ability of the Holy Nova.
I wonder.
Oh yeah, I'm missing Shadow Madness in the stack also. A lot of good cards that didn't show up in the draft.
Truth is my shield.
But that's definitely more value from the Holy Nova.
Not too quickly. I must consider.
Actually, that's very good for me.
Someone called the doctor.
Also. That's why Holy Nova is so important. And that's why I'm glad that I thought steal it from him. So if I played this, I'm left with 2 mana.
I wonder.
Maybe 3. Okay.
forward.
Maybe Argus next turn. Could protect the Farseer. Maybe War Golem and Worgen. I know that he runs another. That he has a Holy Nova somewhere here, so I should
must
bring this guy
consider.
above 2 health and shouldn't spam too many minions below 2 health to the board. The fact that I got the Holy Nova from him might also imply that there are more than 2 Holy more than 1 Holy Nova in there. Huh. That's interesting though. I could play the Defender, then rush both in, but that would leave the Raider with 1 health and 3, 5 with this one with 2 again. Not sure if I'm that much happy about this. Otherwise I have 2 creatures with Taunt and 2 creatures that would survive the... not sure, to be honest. But maybe I'll just do it this way. This has... oh, yeah, of course, Cleric. So this has 6... up to 6 health.
Like shield for Argon.
Die, landlubber!
This is 4. Well, okay.
Die, landlubber!
Maybe he has another Shadow Word Pain in there. He already played 2, but then this doesn't make a difference at all. And the 4 is very good against it.
One shot,
Ah, okay.
one kill.
Was a mistake. But Elven Archer isn't too threatening for now. There's the other Holy Nova. Okay. Not too scary at all. Maybe that's another Shadow Word Death. Or I didn't pay attention how long he held this card. This has 1, 2, 4. Okay, it can be healed up to 7. That's okay. Yeah. Brings this out of Holy Fire range. Maybe that's the thing. Next turn War Golem and go for it. If, well, I have to be afraid of or concerned about mind control.
Get behind me.
It's a bodyguard, that's good. And another Holy. Okay, that did exactly nothing to the board. Okay. Super Harvest Golem. Okay, he's nothing left here, so I'm fine with this. He can either deal with... maybe he gets another Holy Nova, then he can get rid of this guys, this respawns, and... I would still have 11 damage on the board. So.
Embrace the void.
Oh, hi.
Where shall I
Do I have Libra or something? No.
Where shall I strike?
Far away from this. Another Holy Lava would leave me with these both of these guys. That's okay. And he already played 2, so... Okay. Good trade for him, but not good enough. Yeah. As I said, I miss Shadow Menace, also Shadow Menace in this deck. 11, 13... well, okay.
What does the future hold?
We don't know. What would come next?
Well played. Well played.
Let him have a glance of my remaining deck. Lightwell, Voodoo Doctor, and Elven Archer weren't nice picks. Wolf Rider, very uncommon in Priest, I guess, but can kill something. And he backed it up with a Power Word Shield. Sunwalker is a good drop. Soul Priest was good. Shadow Madness, 2 Holy Nova. Booty Bay Bodyguard is kind of minor, but it's okay. Oh, pretty solid deck, I guess.
Anduin versus Thrall.
For Doomhammer!
The light shall bring
2
victory.
Fairy Dragons. Maybe I would have liked to go second here. Oh, I really would have. Turn 2, 1, 2. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. Or turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. Something like that. I don't think that I have much... That's why I usually don't like the 3 2s. I'm more a fan of 2 3s. But therefore, I think I just have 1 card in here. The Bloodsail Raider, so that's a fair amount of 2 drops here. I really don't want to throw something in to trade with this Murloc, but yeah, I think I have to. If I wait, no, I have so much low drops on the hand and I get so much behind. So many 2 drops and I get so much behind. If I don't play anything, or if I don't play something. Maybe I should have played the Fairy Dragon. I could have backed up the Brewmaster with the Power Word Shield for now. Oh, well. Could have killed it anyways. But it would have traded with the Murloc. I'm not doing a great job here in terms of developing a board. Maybe Master Shield would have been better, but I can't kill something. Yeah, I can kill the Murloc. But that's all I can kill here. And both these guys can handle all of these guys. So I don't give him a good trade here. And if he lets them survive, I can just play Defender of Argus. Then start to clear this mess up.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Huh. Too bad. This really is a mess. If I back this up, it has 7/6 next turn. Well, okay.
I am not a morning person.
Job's done.
There are many choices I can do here. Can just lean back and wait for some good cards to come in. Huh. Oh, Town Totem would have been better. Healing Totem also. Okay. Too bad. Okay. Yeah, of course.
My shield for Argon!
There are a lot of cards that are huge now. Lightning Bolt,
I wonder.
Earth Shock. Lightning Storm kind of if he gets a spell damage totem. Yeah, something like that. Rockbiter. Well, even a Yeti would be harmful. But if he doesn't have a perfect answer, well, that's not a perfect answer, but at least it's a good one. Huh. Does he want to cast something on the? Oh.
There's little time.
Okay. Now I have some choices to make. I'm missing the Holy Nova again. Would have a nice effect on the board. I also wonder if I should Thought Steal, and I could get really nice cards, but then I would. I don't know.
I must consider.
Okay, let's do it this way.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Into the breach!
Rifleman, Rifleman, Rifleman? Yes, of course, why not?
Locked and loaded! To the breach!
Now the Defender of Argus dies, but he would have died to the totem anyways, so I have another body on the board and the totem is, and I got rid of the totem. That's good. Lightning Storm, of course. Wow, that's huge. This turn may have decided the game. Oh, okay.
Pass me that arc-light spanner!
I'm expecting a fire elemental. Or... huh. Yeah, fire elemental would be bad now. Although he could... imagine that I have a... oh, Taunt is really good for him. Shadow Root Death. That's bad. It's really bad. Huh, could Thought Steal. Yeah, I should, I guess. Earthshock. Huh. If I Earthshock this... or if I Earthshock... ah, well... yeah, protects my guys. That's okay. Cultmaster might give me some good trades here. Or in the future. Ah, healing totem's really bad. If he doesn't trade, then I can kill something with the Gnomish. With the inventor.
What to do?
Would be a really nice board to Holy Nova, though.
They'll never know what.
Again. I think it's always a good board to Holy Nova. This board is really bad for me now. Holy fire. Huh. And I'm at 13 HP. Didn't notice that before. But I don't have something to trade here, so...
I must consider.
Could get rid of something here. Yeah.
Hey, give me a minute.
Flame Tongue Totem is always a thing. And I have to play very efficiently now. Because of me being very much behind. Not that much, but it's significant. All those Taunt Totems. Really good. Like the mirror images before. They're delaying my plays.
What to do?
Poor thing is, if he draws into his shock, then this is an 05. Then it gets really useless. I have nothing to buff it. I would have Shattered Sun Cleric, but I played it already, so this is no option. Yeah, okay. Well, I have to make this trade here. It's kind of obvious. I didn't draw a a power word shield, of course, or something that could have helped me there. So I'll do it this way. Okay.
Hey, give me a minute.
Okay, this one is obvious. Another taunt totem? Really? Did he play a card last turn? Yeah, the Lord of the Arena. Totem pass. That's interesting. What are these three cards? Maybe he's setting up lethal for next turn with a Harvest Golem or something?
Hey, give me a minute. Mind if I roll mead?
Do I want to play the priest? Yeah.
Embrace the vulnerable.
Now I have to rush him down. Wow, maybe he was waiting for a spell damage totem and now plays 2 lava bursts and a lightning bolt or something. In this case I should have healed myself last turn instead of the frost elemental. Maybe he's counting the damage at the moment.
I wonder.
I'm a little bit afraid, to be honest. Just 14 damage on the board. So I would need at least 2 turns to kill him. And he hold 3 cards the last turn. Huh.
What to do?
I'll put it on your tab.
Well, in this case you... Huh. Yeah, you should have played it beforehand, friend. But maybe he wants to save it for, like, bad times or something? Huh. Obviously not.
There's little time.
So he didn't do this to the to my face. That's... Wow, he denied the card draw. This play was huge. And now I have to trade something for his 4/5. Well, obviously I have to trade the elemental in. Oh, maybe not. Then I could heal up myself next turn, and this turn would be better. But yeah.
Feel my pain.
I really want to heal myself up the next turns. I may, yeah, maybe I will regret this. Because hero ability becomes a really nice totem killer. In this way. Huh, that's nice. That isn't. Although I want to heal myself up, I also want my board to stay around, so... All those totems. So annoying. What is this card? Makes me curious. Maybe it's an Overlord card. Maybe it's Lightning Storm. But this and oh.
Squire, attend me.
Maybe
Ready,
it is
sir.
Lightning Storm. Maybe I should have healed this. I don't know. So much... It depends so much on his hand. Or his cards in the deck. Only thing I know of is... Codemaster. Kodo. That's neat.
You love my recipe.
Interesting. Huh. Huh? Okay. Okay, so with the ogre out, I don't know a way that you could do 14 damage with just one card. So
If you insist.
play it. Did I miss lethal, by the way? 6, 13, 18, no. Yeah, I'll do it as planned. I healed this because if he draws into a lightning storm, then this may die, and we'll just have the ogre.
Join or die.
Okay.
Or both.
And if he drew into a lightning storm, I would have 2 big guys now for 11 damage. That's wow. These games are pretty close. So, as in the last streams, in the last arena games I streamed, I think the stack won't go into the double digits.
Anduin versus Uther.
I will fight with honor.
The light shall bring victory.
Turn 1, turn 2, maybe? No. Turn 2, turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, I guess.
I smell blood.
I hope he
Mind if
reinforces.
I roll need?
I am not a morning person.
3 ways to kill the loot hoarder. I will attack with the infiltrator next turn, I guess, because of consecration. Don't want it to be a dead card that just stays around. Does he have 2 damage in his hand? Yes, he has. So if he plays consecration, then I have a really nice board. Well, not that nice. It's a 4-1. But better than an empty board. Okay. I wasn't really prepared for this. Four. Don't have a 5 play, but yeah.
My shield
First.
for honor.
Maybe Thought Steal next turn.
May my ancestors watch over.
Summoning portal open.
So it's 2, 4. Huh.
I wonder.
2, 4. But then the whole board dies to Consecration. I don't want this to happen.
The breach!
I think about Powered Shield on the Imp, but... well... no. This would be too cautious, I think. I really would have liked
For
to
the king!
okay. Yeah, well, it would be the right play, according to this card at least.
Reporting for duty.
Huh. No, just play the Ogre.
The breach!
Yeah, he may have Blessing of Kings or something. Would be bad,
Pass
but
me that Arclight spanner.
I couldn't play around it very well, so... again, a nice board for Holy Nova.
For the crusade!
Yeah. Very nice spot for a Holy Nova. Okay then. Wow. Useless. Uselessness. Grumble, grumble. Would like to see a Consecration or one of the strong 4-drops. Very good trades.
Reporting for duty.
Embrace the void.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
To use the Holy Fire, I would have to get rid of the Soul Priest.
I must
Pass me that
consider.
Arclight's banner. Feel my pain.
No. If I play this on that, then, well, basically, these are not, no. Just no. If he wants to trade, then you can have this trade. It's okay.
Justice.
Wow. And I can use my Holy Fire.
Reporting for duty.
This becomes with Shadow World, Power World Shield. This becomes a 3/8. Yeah, we'll die to this anyway, so doesn't make a big difference. He's at 29 again.
I wonder.
That's not nice. Well then just... Huh, okay. That's a good top deck.
Mind if I roll me? Hey, give me a minute.
Just expensive cards in my hand. Ah, there's the Fen Creeper that I stole.
Reporting for duty.
So many expensive cards. Can just play 2 of them, so maybe I want just to play 1 of them though, but I don't think so. Yeah. So let's just do it this way.
Give me a minute.
I really missed that Northshire Cleric. Would have been nice with these cards.
I wonder.
If he has more Guardians of Kings in this deck,
Let
this
me
might
think.
go into fatigue. Or a lay on hands, maybe.
None.
Wow! This is a really... wow. Wow. It's just... changed a lot. At least.
I wonder.
Heal this up, it's 6. Trades with this then. Yeah, let's see what we get here. Another dark scale healer. That's not too bad. But then I can play the Holy Fire to kill off the Black Knight. Yeah, okay then.
Where shall I strike?
The other question is if I want to heal this up, and it trades. I think that's good.
Give me a minute.
Next turn, Dark Scale Healer Venture Co. Dark Scale Healer Silverhand Knight. Something like
Or
that.
not.
Okay.
Reporting for duty.
Full health again. So much health. And this Warring Infiltrator is very calm, steady. And I don't have
I must consider.
things to kill this off, so... For 7, okay.
Or not at all.
You gotta be kidding me!
Where shall I strike?
I don't want to trade all these 1/1s. It's so annoying. But, well, in the end I have to get rid of them.
I wonder.
But I can play 1 card trade, 1 card trade. Ah, okay. Wow, that will be a huge turn for him. That's why I should have. I should have cleared this. Okay, what's incoming there? Hammer? Yeah, one of these should be hammer. Ah, he can. Yeah, he can. Yeah, no, he can decide what he wants to trade. Wow, this gives him a huge card advantage out of nothing. That's hard. Ah, this might go
I must move quickly.
into fatigue. Wow. Wow. All of this sissy recruits. Wow, wow, wow.
You gotta be kidding me!
Yeah, there's the venture crew, finally. And I don't have something to remove it. That's nice.
I wonder.
Where shall I strike?
Death again!
Where shall I strike?
Hammer of Wrath is the only thing that... Well, yeah, Equality Consecrate could be a thing. But, yeah. Otherwise, there's no reason to heal one of these. Maybe it was a bad choice to play the
Let
Temple
me
Enforcer, because you can trade it now with the Venture Co. and then play his minions for free. Well, without this one. This disadvantage. Maybe he just wants to hit the face, but
Let me think.
don't know. The Cult Master really turned this game around. I don't know if I can outlast him for 11 cards. Oh. Doesn't want to trade. So I think this might be good for me, because now he is slowed down by the
Let's move quickly. Reporting for duty.
Don't know if I want to trade, but I think I do. This is buffed, yeah.
Attend me.
I want to have like full control of this board. This means he doesn't have AoE. Okay, this.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Well, maybe I can outlast him. So this one, this one, this one. I would have to heal. No, I wouldn't have.
Must consider.
To battle!
Where shall I strike?
Drink with me, friend.
So he didn't have a consecration in his hand. But this is already buffed. I think it doesn't make a difference. 1 or 2 damage, so I'll just take buff this one. For more secure reasons. And for flexibility. I have a power shield in here.
Not a morning person.
Was about to say that I don't have cards that draw me cards, so I will go for it earlier. But I have a power word shield in here. Yeah, of course. Okay. Curious what he attacks. Okay, this one. That's good. That's really good for me. Okay. So I can't rescue. Well, I could rescue this from this. Well, I want to clear this board eventually. Now I have to outlast him. So I have 3 minions, 3 attacks. So it's just, and all of them have 1 attack. So it doesn't make a difference, and I want this to die. So it's just. Well, maybe I'm too cautious here. Maybe I play it just super mega safe, but yeah. Maybe I could have killed him within the last 2 or 3 turns, but I saw with the Cult Master what can happen if you let the opponent have the advantage. And if he doesn't play
I
something
get
really
the best
big,
deals anywhere.
I think I'm fine here.
X marks the spot.
Ah, okay. Good that I played the Fairy Dragon before. Forces me into a lot of trades here. Okay, this one is obvious. The next one isn't, I guess. Huh. Well, it's going very well for me, so...
Where shall I strike?
Fight this. Both two. If he has another consecration, would be bad. Is this with one, this with one, this with three? Yeah.
Where shall I strike?
X marks the spot.
Curious what the last cards of his deck are.
Reporting for duty.
Die, landlubber.
I'm almost out of cards.
Maybe Blessing of Kings. Maybe Equality. Maybe Blessing of Might. Yeah, maybe one of all of the blessings. Huh, too bad. Yeah, Blessing of Wisdom, okay. One of the blessings. Oh no!
Reporting for duty.
I'm almost out of cards.
You call that a weapon? Locked and loaded.
You get your card.
I'm out of cards.
Die, landlubber.
Woohoo! That daily quest completed. Another close contested game in my reception. It felt like one.
Anduin versus Jaina.
Well, a lot of mages today.
The light shall bring victory.
Maybe I should keep the cleric, but I have nothing to buff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cards that I could draw. Maybe I should get rid of the smite too, but if I don't draw an early game card, that's... I keep the cleric around. I hope he passes the first turn, maybe plays Bloodfen Raptor or something. Next turn. Too bad to miss the second turn again.
For the crusade!
And I have to play something. Maybe I should play the cleric. Then he might eventually trade.
I must consider.
Then I could kill it with smite and well, I don't know. Yeah,
We must cleanse the
I'll try
Sunwell.
it this way. Maybe he trades here and then I can play the ghoul and only smite. Yeah, okay. Works out. I guess he has a frostbolt in here, but well, have to do something with it. At least it's a 3-3 now, and next turn it might become a 3-4, 5 with Powerboat Shield.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Of course, the first one. It's funny how they always do the plays that I expect. It's a little bit like constructed.
Your magic shall not cease.
Wow. I wonder why he attacks. Ah, that could be a reason. But I think that's the only buff card left. Let's have a look. Defender of Argus could be drawn. Could be, well, yeah. Could be a thing. Any other plays? Ogre? Ogre against these two isn't that great. Oh, I think I'll do it this way. At least get some value out of it. Maybe he wants to ping it, then I slow him down. Maybe I should have played Inventor Shield beforehand, but well, the spell Breaker would have had the same effect, so it doesn't really matter. Huh.
Job's done.
Yeah. I expect a polymorph.
Your magic shall not
Not the
cease.
spell breaker, okay. Huh. Neat.
Pass me that Arclight spanner.
Oh. This was dumb. Okay. I didn't thought of, well, that I wanted to kill the dog with the Soul Priest or the ogre. Okay. Didn't thought about the mana. Wow! Okay. This deck definitely runs Fire Blast, so I should be concerned about that. But I have a nice board clear for next turn, so I think it's alright.
First kill.
Now we are even on cards. Huh.
What you looking at?
Engaging TC-130 into dislocator.
I could play this on the ogre. Would be fun. Well. Don't know. It's like a 10 mana mind control, but don't get control of the minion. Another big guy. Too much late game for me. I don't own that. Well, I haven't got that great late game cards like Mind Control or Power of Death, Shadow Word. I'm always mixing them up. Shadow Word Death would be nice.
I wonder.
So, I'm facing 16 damage, which is bad because I know he has a Pyroblast in his deck, at least one. So I have to get rid of at least one of these threats. Well, if I kill this, then he just has to ping it away. But I also know that he runs Flame Strike, so that's all not great. Oh, I just too bad, but I might have lost this game already.
I am the blade.
Wow. So many annoying cards. Four, 6, 9. Okay.
Embrace the I am not a morning.
Shadowbird Pain would be nice now. For the water elemental. 4.
What to do?
He's ahead, no matter
What
what.
to do?
Huh. Facing 13 damage would be enough for Pyroblast. Too bad. It's all too bad.
I wonder.
And I would like to heal the Master. But I think I can't.
Squire, attend me!
Ready, sir.
Showing up late. And I'm facing me, nevertheless. Well, I lost. Holy Fire could save me one more turn.
Well played.
Of course.
Played. Anduin versus
Wow, first 3
Malfurion.
today.
I must protect the wild.
The light shall bring
And I go
victory.
first without a 2-drop. Again. I've more 2-drops than 3-drops, and I always draw into the 3-drops. Don't understand this. Huh, there it is.
X marks the spot.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Was the right play to play the 2-3. That's why I like them more than the 3-2s. Huh. Keeper of... Oh, smite. Swipe. Already, okay. Hmm. 4, 5... Well, this is not a threat to nothing.
Drink with me, friend.
Oh, wow. I totally messed this up. Fuck.
Pass me that arc light spanner.
Another one. Interesting. Wow. I just thought about, okay, I have to play those 2 cards. Threw it out there.
Bingo! Yes!
Not quite as planned. Huh, interesting.
Embrace.
Maybe you should have just played the big guys. 6, 7.
What to do? My eyes are open.
Good play. Thinking about what cards could work for me in the deck now, but when I play Gnomish Inventor, all the cards left aren't capable of rescuing me here. Now he plays Big Game Hunter and I hate myself not for playing the Ogre.
I wonder.
To Northrend!
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
And loaded.
Not sure if the random damage on Tastingo is worth something, but it may. He gets very much value out of his cards. Wow. I have nothing to deal with this. Four. No. I have to play something big on my own, so.
You insist.
Stoneman Champion would be nice, together with the Imp Master. But that's also a card that didn't show up. Stupid leper gnome. I'm sure the little gnome was too stubborn to let other cards grant him advantage. Wow. Well, like I said, I don't think that this deck is going to get into the double digits.
Pass me that Arclight Spanner.
Darkscale Healer. Lightspawn? Lightspawn here? Lightspawn here. Wouldn't make a difference. Imp Master gets killed by one of these two, regardless of my place, so just set up a mightiest board possible. Of course. And he doesn't lose a card. It's quite unfortunate for me. But I still have the smite. Could come in handy now.
Don't mess with Tusker.
Still no Holy Nova. Would be nice now. Not the power word shield.
You call that a weapon?
Hey, give me a minute.
If the inventor survives,
Put this apple
I
on your
may
head.
want to return it to my hand,
What does the
just to draw another card.
The Frost Wolves stand
Wow.
ready.
8/8 is heavy. Ah, that's nice. 6, 7. Okay.
Where shall I strike?
Hey, give me a minute.
But I'm still lacking Shadow Death or something, so I have a 1 for 2 next turn, I guess. I don't know, for this. And still, if the inventor survives, I may want to return it, just to draw another card. Just need cards to my advantage. Defender of Argus would be nice, so I wouldn't have to make the trade. Well, maybe I don't have to. 9, 11, 13 damage.
What to do?
Well, depends on what cards he plays now.
What we do.
He hit me, okay. So... okay. Okay then. If I just kill it off... 7. Okay. I think I'll... a lot of options here. I could pound back the elemental and freeze this again. Then I would have to... well, I like the Dark Scale Healer here because it heals up all my minions again. Could heal this. Yeah, I think I'll do this. I like this play, gets a lot of value. Wow. Ah. Well, I guess I'm too tired from the celebration yesterday. I just missed that the other Dark Scale Healer dies if I don't heal this. And therefore I just wanted to trade the Worgen and the Inventor in. Missed a lot here. Well, at least the Inventor's still around, so... I may want to return it in. I wonder what trade I want to do here. I would like to draw into a Holy Smite. Yes, I really want this. Flesh Eating Ghoul might also work. So then I'm facing 8 damage. Well, if I let one of these live, it's an obvious move to kill this. I think I'll do the greedy play and see what I get out of it.
Pass me that arc-light spanner.
Holy fire. For... huh.
Where shall I
I'm at 11. I'm at 10 actually, but... huh. Could be okay. Should be okay. That's not okay. I wonder if he trades in or just goes face.
I wonder.
Huh. Okay. Moment of truth. Okay. 2 sixes. Too bad. I don't have to trade anything in. That's nice. Well... no, I don't have to.
Consider.
Hey, give me a minute.
This plays very vulnerable to a wipe top deck. Claw would... yeah, well, okay. If he draws into a swipe, he would kill this one, I guess, so 4 health doesn't make a difference, so I healed up this to save as much guys as possible. Next turn I can
Squire, attend me.
heal it up
Ready,
with the
sir.
Enforcer anyways. The Smite. Huh. 7, 9, 11. One short. Okay. Then I will play it safe. Huh. Was the wrong play? Oh, no, no.
Where shall I strike?
Challenge accepted.
Where shall I strike?
Wow. So resilient. So, what's the card
Well played.
that kills me?
Well played.
What to do?
One shot, one kill.
One shot, one kill. That's exactly right. Stylish finish. Well, priest games take a long time. We have both, I think, like 5 cards in the deck, so nearly fatigue again.
Anduin versus Malfurion.
Okay, another one.
I must protect the wild.
The light shall bring victory.
I'll keep this around. I kept this around as a backup turn 2 play with a coin.
You love my new recipe.
Maybe a master would have been nice. Huh. I think it doesn't matter.
Don't mess with Tusk.
Maybe should have kept this around and played Rifleman the next turn. So many plays. This was a weak turn 4. Wow, turn 4. I always expect a Yeti at turn 4. Compared to a Yeti, this was a very nice play for me. Could kill the... well, no. Just healing the Harvest Golem for 1 slows me too much down. As we've learned from the past games, I need I need board control. That's very, very important. Because especially as a priest, it's hard to regain it. But wow, if you don't have combos, or at least a Holy Nova or something, or a combo with like a Pyromancer, or at least a Shadowward Death, or well, something that helps with getting rid of nasty minions, then well, it's crucial to have board control then. Next turn, Soul Priest, Hero ability maybe to kill something, or well, maybe I want to play War Golem at turn 7, so I keep the War Golem in my hand very long because I tend to heal up all of my minions the whole time, so the curve is like 9, 5, 4, 6, 1. Oh. Interesting play. I wonder if he wants to attack with a Worgen Infiltrator sometime. I can't kill this, can I? 1, 2. Oh. So, if I don't use both power words, this dies anyway. I don't have damage in my hand to kill this, so
I must consider.
huh. That's interesting. It dies to the elemental too, so He already played a swipe. If he has another one, yeah, should be okay.
I must consider.
Or is there something very nice in the North Shire Cleric would be nice with the Imp Master too. I really missed that card here. Maybe for the Smite or something. I don't think that I have something in the deck that might help me now. I just played this way so he has a very unfavorable traits next turn. If he sends this at the Harvest Golem, I can kill it with a token or with the hero ability, and if he trades this, then his 6 mana trades with my 4 mana. yeah, minions. So just wanted to give him a hard time because I couldn't handle the board at all. Depending on his plays, I might finally want to power word shield something, or just play the war golem.
What?
At least for now, I can't heal something on my on my side of the board, or I can't heal something at all.
What to do?
I have 1, 2, 3 against his 2.
Time waits for no one.
7 if I draw 6. Okay. Okay. Second Starfall today. Seems like they are all running it. Okay. Finally the Dorgan will reveal itself. And then just die. Poor thing. Okay, so this does 5. 4, 6. Not worth the trouble at all.
I must consider.
Locked and loaded.
This now very vulnerable. Well. This dies to swipe, this dies to swipe. This would be swiped, I'd say, so I have a 2-1 and a 1-1 around. Woohoo.
What to do?
I think Starfall is a card that I rarely see in Arena. So I'm kind of confused to see this 2 times. Wow. Yeah, which one? Got a 3 for 1 here. Good for him. I think I'll finally play my war golem. Yeah, I think I want to back this up regarding the size of my hand.
Die, landlubber.
3 6s again at my hand. I have 4 6s in this deck, and it seems like I draw them all of the time together.
Pass me that arc-light spanner.
I have 9 damage, leaves 11 for him. Oh. 10. 12. Oh, wow. I died to another force of nature, Savage Raw, Tiger, Panther attack. Didn't realize that. Maybe I should have healed myself. It's very unlikely though, but... especially because he used the force of nature already. But it's not impossible.
I must safeguard the land.
I'll keep this around for a bigger minion. Druids tend to have a lot of big minions. Engine of War Druid of the Claw. Oh, there are a lot of good reasons to keep this around. 6, 8. Nevertheless, I want to put pressure on the board, so...
Die, landlubber.
Heal myself up for now. I'm a little bit afraid of Savage, Force of Nature, Savage Raw, Panther, to be honest.
I can see.
At least this would be a play that I should be afraid of in Constructed. I think I saw this combo in Arena once. But nevertheless, I don't want to risk anything. Especially if I'm ahead. I couldn't play around it if I was behind, I guess, but if I'm ahead, I should play around most dangerous things that
I
cause me a
will
loss.
fight with honor.
The light shall bring victory.
2, 3, 4. Oh. Thought Steal as a 3 isn't that great, but I drew so bad in some of the games that I don't want to risk anything. Smite is okay. To kill something off early.
Wanna blow something up?
If he doesn't want to try it, I have a very good ghoul play. If he wants, I slowed him down. I have to get tempo somehow.
Not on my watch.
This is a very strong play. Ever again.
I wonder.
I'm not sure if I can afford not to play a minion here. But the outcome would be the same. You would trade the bomber for the ghoul, then play something. Okay. If he has a great turn 3 follow up and turn 4 follow up, I think I'll get a hard time. But if he is just able to reinforce or something, might work out for me. Okay.
Reporting for duty.
So it all depends on his turn 4 play. I'm always tempted to use Thought Steal, but it has no immediate effect, so I can't let the Spart alone.
Not on
A lot of them. Just a lot of them. Okay.
Reporting for duty.
That isn't too scary, but kind of. Wonder if I think I want to keep my light spawn around. Maybe Argus next turn. Argus heal. But I doubt that both minions survive this turn. Oh, okay. Now I doubt that any minion survive this turn. From my build. How many divine shields does he have? There are 9 cards from his deck and 3 were already divine shields. That's heavy. If I play both of these, then Fairy Dragon dies and okay. Good to know. Blessed Champion.
I smell blood.
I can't put out the Fairy Dragon. Well, just my whole bolt just dies to what he has now on the board, so my whole place would die. So I have to be that's not any better. Not better at all. Maybe I can get some value out of this. Shattered Sun, 3-2. 3-2? Yeah, okay. Fairy Dragon, Powered Shield, 2-3. 3-4. Can trade here. Yeah, doesn't make a difference, but okay, let's see what we get. Dark Iron. Huh. Isn't that powerful either, so.
My shield for Argus!
First kill.
I can play around Consecration now, so I'll just have
Put this
to
apple on your head.
give his board a hard time, like with
Not
the Druid.
on my
Wow, the third one. This is ridiculous. How am I supposed to kill something if he plays Divine Shield on every single minion? I can't play the Ogre because of the Cobra. Wow. This is such a strong board now.
Pass me that Arclight's banner.
Oh, okay. Maybe next turn I'm able to get a little
We
space.
must cleanse the Sunwell.
But for now, I'm just dying. Or suffering, or whatever. Why didn't he play minions and just trade with... Could have waited for both of these plays, maybe... well. The Knife Juggler would have sealed the deal with the Shattered Sign Cleric, for sure. At least he could have kept the Ardent Protector around and just sent the Recruit in or something. So, yeah. Okay, I just have to play it this way. I have to get rid of the Cobra.
You love my new recipe.
Huh.
Tazdingo!
This deck is insane.
Reporting for duty.
But at least I got rid of the Cobra.
I bring life.
And has an Alexstrasza. Maybe it wasn't enough. With all those divine shields. Let him give in as Alexstrasza. So, I am facing that much lethal. I can heal myself for 4 leaves 11. I have to keep this around, so I can kill this, I can kill this. It's 11. Huh. Well, then I am dead now. Way around this, I guess.
Locked and loaded.
For Najata.
Maybe he doesn't recognize.
Well played. Behold
Well
the
played.
might of Stormwind!
This was pretty one-sided. Okay, what? Yeah, each card, every single card he played, except for the Med Bomber at the beginning, allowed and yeah, of course, and the Shield Master, of course, allowed very good trades for him. Wow. If he haven't drawn the Alexstrasza, hasn't drawn, then maybe I would
Gerash.
have been able to recover.
The light shall bring victory.
He was almost out of steam regarding his cards. And I had some strong cards on the board, so... I would like to have a 2-drop minion, por favor. Well, I don't manage to draw into my early game, so...
Put this apple on your head.
I'm a little bit screwed. Huh. I wouldn't have played the ghoul, but I'm fine with him killing the fairy dragon. Now his charges are gone and I can play something on my own. I have to let this survive. Next turn I can kill both golems. Another X, of course. Wow. These decks are giving me such a hard time. Too bad.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
2 X's out of 9 cards. Too bad.
For the king!
Mind if I roll me?
Both these cards are very weak on their own.
What you look
Huh. I wonder which of these answers I want to... Oh well, of course this one. It's better for the mana efficiency. And it might kill off the golem without being killed itself. Did you see that? He just top decked this. Ah. Okay. Of course, Ogre would have been the better decision because I should have been aware of him top decking Big Game Hunter. Another weapon. Soul Priest would be nice. Huh. 7. Don't have enough mana to
I wonder.
turn up 2 minions. This dies, this dies, this dies. This game is already over. $10, $15, $17 damage on the board. Oh my goodness. And the next weapon. Oh man.
The frost wolves stand ready.
Okay. Eight, 14, 18, 21, 23. So this should reduce my damage at least 7. Not possible. If I play this and this and this, 12, 15, okay.
I must consider.
Yeah, I must consider. A lot. I'm dead.
Locked and loaded.
So, that's the priest run for today. Very bad luck. Or, yeah. Wasn't as much bad luck from me as good luck from the opponents drawing well. I wonder how many Fiery War Axes he had in his deck. If he had something like 4 or 5, then it wasn't the draw, but more the... a regular Blood Imp. At least I got an arena run for free. Let's see what we get in the pack. An epic. And 2 rares, okay. Yeah, Shadow Madness. A card that I would have liked to see in this run, I guess. And a Brawl, okay. So... I have a look in the chat. If there is one. Oh, it doesn't seem like that. Okay, so no further questions. So enjoy the World Championship. It's 6 PM now, so the game between Belgium and Bulgaria has just started. So I'll look into this. As always, thanks for watching. Feedback appreciated as always. Have a nice day, have a nice time, and see you next time around, hopefully. Bye bye.